Aditya, can you please go ahead and introduce yourself?
Uh, Good morning, everyone. Uh, Thanks for inviting to join in this call. Well, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I have a 3 years of experience in. I'm currently working in an organization which in a support role. Uh, and one of my colleagues suggests me to learn SailPoint IIQ so that I search in the LinkedIn. So I got this contact. I'm trying to learn this sale point, and that's all my from my end. Thank you.
Okay, so Aditya, can you please let me know how familiar you are with SailPoint IIQ and how familiar you are with Java and Oops concept?
Sale point. Previously, I worked on OEM tool, which I know the process of JML, joiner mover lever certifications, application onboarding, and roles and entitlements. Those are I am aware about it, but Java and OOPS concepts I don't have any knowledge on that, but I am trying to learn that.
Okay,
That's it, Kalyan.
okay, got it. So you have working experience on OEM, so you're already familiar with
OEM
IAM.
tool. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, got it, understood. Okay, Aditya, thanks for your introduction. Okay, Mohan, can we proceed next?
Hi, good morning to all. This is Mohan here. So, coming to my introduction, I have a 4+ years experience on IAM, SailPoint, and Okta. Right now, I'm working with Mansfield Insurance Company in USA right now. So, I was looking for to learn on IDMs and pumps on SailPoint IAQ, and I have also IGA too. So coming to the SailPoint IQ knowledge, I have a good knowledge on it. I LCMs and PMD, IDM, and IDAs too. Coming to scripting knowledge, I have a little bit knowledge on OOPS concepts and bench shell scripting right
Mhm.
now, but I want to learn in deep knowledge on those.
Okay,
Right now I'm using the AI tools to do the operations while coding.
okay,
Uh, yeah, that is the thing. This intent to learn this SailPoint IQ in the developer role. I was looking for a developer role. If is it suitable, I was willing here.
okay, got it. So, okay, so it's good you mentioned you are using AI tools to do the bean shell scripting, but I would also like to know how comfortable you are and how much accuracy you are getting while
No,
using these AI tools
coming
for coding.
right now, just using AI chat codes or cloud or any AI application, so you don't get any full ledger of knowledge on the coding part, right? We just
Mhm,
write it a little bit sentence there. If you want to take it from and you want to implement it by your own a little bit, just
mhm,
you want to take the
mhm.
structure from the AI tool,
Got it.
just for a
Yeah, that's what
reference. Yeah,
even, yes, yes. So
yeah,
that's the answer I'm expecting. So the accuracy is very, very less.
right,
When you ask any of these AI tools for any Java code, it gives the code with 100% accuracy. But with respect to SailPoint IAQ, the kind of code that we get, right, it's not 100% accurate. Sometimes it
exactly.
is misleading as well. So it's using the classes methods which are not present in our SailPoint APIs. So it was completely misleading. So as of now, like we cannot rely on AI tools completely for coding on the
I know,
front-end
I
page.
know. But
Yes,
in
you
the
are.
real time, if you are working with something knowledge unknowledgeable, right? So you don't know, but
Mhm.
you want to work on it, we'll use ChatGPT's AI and cloud part, right?
Got it, got it.
The, yeah.
And also, Mohan,
Go ahead.
is there any particular topic that you are looking from the training?
Right. I'm looking for the certifications and IDA, IDM.
No, I didn't get what do you mean by IDM? Identity
Uh,
management, you mean to say?
Not IAM, IDM, Identity Directories Management.
Identity directory management. You mean the
Yeah,
directory tools like Active Directory or any LDAP directory kind of tools, is it?
right.
Because
Not exactly in that way. Yeah, I'm looking for, yeah, it little bit towards in that way, but most of things was MFAs, LDP8 how the OOBs how works together, how to
Mhm.
create the sub configurations, like a little bit towards extension. Uh, just go with your guys introduction, then I will let you know what I want exactly. Then you make
Mhm.
the sense
Got it.
for that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Mohan, thanks for that. Okay. I think we have one another candidate joined. Hi, Bala. Yeah. Yeah. Bala, like we were just introducing each other. So we are done with all the participants' introduction. So would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself and also let us know about your knowledge on SailPoint IIQ and also your knowledge on Java?
Well, I'm working as a anything I will
Bala, we can't hear you.
actually, I'm working as a manual tester.
No, actually, your voice is not clear. It's
Okay, man.
echoing basically. If you are using any wireless earphones, can you please remove it and use your device microphone, please? Hello, Bala, you there? Okay. You're working as manual tester. We got that. You don't have knowledge on Java. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, you do have knowledge on Java basics. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's what I even am looking for. Okay, fine then. So I'll give an intro about myself, then we'll get started with the course. Okay. So this is Kalyan and I'll be the trainer for your SailPoint IAQ course. And I have over 8+ years of experience in IAM domain. So I have worked on multiple tools like SailPoint IAQ, SailPoint Identity now, so which is like ISC. Nowadays it has been renamed as ISC. And I also worked on OEM previously, so that's where I started my career. Okay. Along with that, I worked with Azure as well for quite amount of time, and I worked on NERM. So it's a new tool from SailPoint itself. Okay, so when it comes to training, I have more than 5+ years of experience in training candidates into SailPoint IIQ. Okay, so this is a small intro about myself. And when it comes to the training, right? So this course is designed for people who are completely new to SailPoint IIQ. The people who do not have any knowledge on SailPoint IIQ, we will get started right from the basics. We will give all the foundational information about IAM and will give all the foundations related to any of the IGA tools. And along with that, we will get started with SailPoint IIQ right from beginning. And it's an beginner to intermediate level course. Okay. And the overall course duration will be like 25 to 30 hours. Okay. And this 25 to 30 hours, it includes both concepts and also the lab. So when we are learning SailPoint IAQ tool, it is not the theoretical knowledge that we'll be having. So we will run each and every concept with some real world scenarios, with some simulated data, and with that particular setup in our local lab environment. Okay. And as a part of this training, you will get help and support to set up your own lab as well. Means like you will get all the installers, you will get all the supporting document, and you will get the sample codes as well, so that you can set up the lab on your own and you can like practice the concepts. Okay. So this is all about the course that will be going through, and by end of this call you will get an like a PDF which includes the course content. So that PDF basically contains the topics that we'll be covering in this training. So I know like some of you already have knowledge and some of you have like little knowledge, but you would like to extend your knowledge. But this can also be a forum where we can collaborate and learn. Okay, so I always believe learning is a continuous process. Like we will never reach the 100% mark with respect to learning. And learning can be from anyone. It's not just the trainer who can teach everything, and it's the candidates who listens or learns every time. So it could be the other way around as well. Okay. And also, if a single person explains a concept, the perception will be different. And if we share our knowledge on the topic, our perceptions can change, and we will have strong learning. Okay, so even I believe that, and we can implement that as well. So as you people already have some knowledge, then we can share our knowledge and get our understandings corrected, and we can take that learning ahead. Okay, so this is how the course is going to be. And as I mentioned, you will get the course content after this call. You can go through that and you will understand what topics we'll be discussing in that. Okay. And accordingly, you can let me know if you're interested in any other topics and if it is possible to accommodate. And as per the candidate's convenience, like we can either include or like we'll see how better we can take those topics up. Okay, fine. So when we learn SailPoint IIQ, so this is for people who are not aware. So what kind of opportunities we have when we learn SailPoint IIQ tool? Okay. So first of all, we always know there will be support roles, daily support. Okay. So if we have little knowledge on SailPoint tool, and we know how this tool works and some of the in and outs of this tool, so we can work as in support. L1 or L2 support things are available. So we can basically work on the request items or incidents, and we can work on that L1, L2 support for SailPoint IIQ. Okay, next to support, we have administrator, or there is something called BA, business analysts. So this is little technical and we need more knowledge about the SailPoint IIQ tool. So the tool knowledge is sufficient enough, and we can become administrator for this tool where we can do the configurations in the UI itself. There is no coding required. No customizations will be done by these administrators. Okay. And on the other hand, we have business analysts. So we all know business analysts. These people are responsible for getting the requirements from the clients, and they are responsible for converting those business requirements into our technical requirements. Okay, so this business analyst role also needs a good knowledge on SailPoint IAQ tool, so that we will get to know what is feasible, what is not. Okay, and accordingly they can mold the business requirements. Okay, so this is the another role that we can get into possibly if we have knowledge on SailPoint IAQ. Okay, so next to this administrator or business analyst role, so the most important and highly demanded one is developer, or it's also called implementation engineers. Okay, so these developers are implementation engineers. So these people need knowledge on Java. And when we say knowledge on Java, we don't need extensive knowledge on Java, but the basic knowledge is sufficient enough. So the person should be able to write code in Java, and he should be able to understand Java code. So the basic things like the variables, the loops, right, the conditional statements, and a little bit about maps and lists. So that kind of knowledge is sufficient enough. And if you have good knowledge on the like yes, I'm sharing, sorry to cut in. So I'm sharing my screen. Guys, are you guys able to see my screen? Is there any issue?
Yeah, we can able
Bala,
to
yeah,
see
I
it, sir.
can.
We can able to see it.
Okay. So I think Bala, there is some glitch from your side. Can you please check once? Even there is some issue with the audio as well from your side. I think it's trying to rejoin. Okay. So let's continue. So if you have knowledge on Java, as I mentioned, not in-depth Java, so the basic programming knowledge on Java is sufficient enough. Like we need to have knowledge on OOPS concept, classes, objects. So this kind of basic stuff is sufficient enough, and we have good opportunities here. And this is the highly demanded role as well. So if you know SailPoint IIQ well, and if you have good Java knowledge, then that's a good thing. Like we'll have a lot of opportunities. And along with this role, nowadays we have huge requirement from QA or the testers. Okay, so depending on the implementation scale of our SailPoint IIQ project, nowadays we have a dedicated testing team. So in past, like if the implementation scope is less, so we have few people and only those people were managing development, testing, everything. But as the demand is growing and people want the SailPoint IIQ to be implemented in more stronger way. So they are also looking for testers, dedicated testers for this application. And also the scope for automation testing has increased for SailPoint IIQ. So it's booming nowadays. So the people who have knowledge on testing, especially automation testing, and the knowledge on SailPoint IIQ tool, it's a good add-on, and there is huge demand for such resource. Okay. So obviously, like if you want to test, if you have knowledge on the SailPoint IIQ tool, then it's an added advantage. Okay. So as a tester also, we can apply for some roles in SailPoint IIQ tool. So these are the different kind of opportunities that we have available in the market when we learn SailPoint IIQ tool. Okay. And it depends on your learning capabilities and depending on your current skill set and how willing you are to learn. So if you are not comfortable with coding and all, you can go to any of these two roles, support administrator or business analyst. Or if you are good with Java, then you can go for this developer's role, like which is a good one. And if you have testing knowledge, then if you learn SailPoint IQ, then you can get into the testing as well. And manual testing it's there, but for automation testing also there is a lot of scope. So it's up to you. Okay, so these are the different opportunities or different job roles that we can apply for. So when we learn SailPoint IIQ too. Okay, so just for your information. Okay, so before proceeding further for regarding our actual discussion on our SailPoint IIQ topics, till now, like if you guys have any doubts or questions, like please let me know.
Yeah, no, there is no question for me. I was clear
Okay,
about that.
thank you. And Bala and Mohan, okay. Okay, fine. So I guess it's clear for everyone. So we'll go ahead next. Okay. And Aditya, you have some question?
No,
Okay,
no, no.
fine.
I'm trying to say okay, I'm okay, but it's by mistake raise an hand.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, then we'll get started into our actual discussion. So our SailPoint IAQ related topics. Okay. So now that we have decided to learn SailPoint IAQ, right? So first of all, can we try to understand what is SailPoint IAQ? According to you, like when we say when someone puts you this question, like what is SailPoint IAQ, what comes to your mind and what is your definition of it? Anyone, please? So you people already have knowledge on it, right? So you are already aware of this tool. So you can let me know like whatever comes to your mind about this SailPoint IAQ.
Access, right person, right to get a right access.
Right person to get right access. So when we ask like what is SailPoint IIQ, can we put this
Uh, like it is a tool that we can use for an IAM.
right tool? Okay. And what is the purpose of this tool? Why do we use this tool?
So we can use this tool before the people can join remote. We can find the identity of how many people are in the organization. For instance,
Mhm.
for the
Okay.
count of an organization, maybe.
So for getting the count of people who are working in the organization, so if we go to HR, he can provide the count, right? So why we need a separate tool for this? So implementing a
Right.
tool, it's not an ordinary thing. So first of all, we need to get the tool. We need to procure the license. We need to procure the people. There are a lot of efforts involved.
Like we can't count like 100. If an organization they have thousands of people so work within a different applications, right? So while using the SailPoint IAQ application, we can manage and governance for using the access with the organization
Mhm.
of limiting the organization or outside of the organization.
Outside of the
I
organization.
mean, organization, it means outside of the organization, it's been a client thing. Some companies, they don't give any access, they give that certification to access their own Google, right? For example, if you go with the Google, if you are
Hmm.
working with the Google or Meta or AIs, so they will
Hmm.
give their own access control. You want to log in with their database and you want to work on their own database. They do not
Hmm.
provide you anything out of their organization, you know, right? I
Okay.
know, I guess you have
Hmm.
a good experience on the.
Yeah, yeah. Please go.
Yeah. So the IAQ, in my point of view, I was thinking about to manage on the government of an organization. Most of this.
Okay. I'm curious about one thing, Mohan. For example, the example you have provided, right? So Google,
Right.
Meta kind of organizations, they will not let us log in with their credentials. So then how we will
No,
log
no.
in?
Right. While you were working, for example, you was working with the third party consultant. You know, the third party
Hmm.
consultants will work with the Google
Correct.
and Meta,
Like
right?
contractors.
Right, C2C, yeah, well.
Hmm.
While
Hmm.
you were working with the C2C, if you are working with
Hmm.
the C2C, for example, take the Google. In another
Hmm.
hand, you can take a TCS, a service provider company.
Hmm.
So if you are working for the Google, the TCS give your own laptop and your stuff, but your logins and credentials will be connected with the database of Google's, right?
Yes. Yes.
So if you are using the Google database, so if you wanna get the
Hmm.
certifications and passcodes or whatever from the Google ones, right?
Hmm.
So according to you, you was working for TCS or Google,
I'll be working for Google, all right?
right?
TCS is the payroll
So
company
right, exactly. So while you're working with the Google, so where your database will be organized
in Google.
automatically in the Google database, right?
Yes.
So you are having your two payroll runs. One is Google and one is TCS. I mean, payroll means it not be in a payment, just identity access for them.
Okay.
So you have a two
Got it.
accounts, right? One is
Hmm.
Google, one in TCS.
Yes.
So you have, if you go to HR contacts, so you can HRs tell that the TCS, one of the guy, Kalyan was working for TCS. Now, if you
Hmm.
go for Google, if you see that Kalyan is working for Google too, how the one person can work for the both, right? So
No,
according to that,
actually, there is some gap.
yeah,
Okay.
I know that there is a
So,
gap. You was, go ahead, go ahead.
yes, yes. So, For getting the head count, okay, so even if you implement SailPoint IIQ, the point you're telling, right? So that problem won't be addressed. So for example, if you are implementing SailPoint IAQ for any organization, you are using the tool for any organization. Let's say the example like you have given. So let's take TCS. So you are initially onboarded to TCS as a full-time employee, like you are on TCS payroll, and we are implementing SailPoint IAQ on TCS. Okay. Now you have been like onboarded as a contractor to Google. So how come the SailPoint IAQ tool is going to help me in solving the problem you're quoting?
So, what kind of problem you are getting from the SailPoint? So, you was telling that you was contracted with Google, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I want to brief the question, please. So,
My
apart
question
from
is
my,
very simple. What is the purpose of the SailPoint IAQ tool?
yeah, I told you before. Maybe I'm wrong, but to maintain or the manage, to manage and governance for all the across organization applications, mostly like
Yes.
using of applications,
Governance.
the governance, right? IGS one.
Governance makes sense, but you were saying about the headcount. So that's where like I had this confusion.
No, you.
So
I
it is
mean,
not only meant for
before,
confusion.
right? Before, right? You said that we can go for the HR contact. So I gave it an example for this HR count.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
true, right? So
because
if the only purpose is to get the head count, then we can get it from HR. There is no need
yeah,
of SailPoint IIQ. But when you say governance, it makes more sense. Governance for all the applications onboarded, then it makes more sense. Okay,
I
fine.
want.
So yeah, please go ahead.
No. That's I want to make you sure.
Oh, thanks for
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So to put it more clearly, okay. So first of all, SailPoint IIQ. So this IIQ stands for Identity IQ. Okay, so this is the full form of IIQ. And Identity IQ always stands for the intelligence quotient. It means it's a measure for intelligence. Okay. So by naming it as Identity IQ, so they mean to say they will be addressing the identities in a more intelligent way. So this is the name of the tool. Okay, so SailPoint IAQ or SailPoint Identity IQ is the name of the tool. And when we want to define it, so if someone asks us what is this SailPoint IIQ, for example, when we go to any other teams like who are completely new to SailPoint, we need to tell them, right? So what this tool is. So if you want to define it, the definition could go like SailPoint IIQ is an identity and access management tool. Identity and access management. And more of it nowadays with expansion of this IAM domain, it has become more of an IGA tool. It means identity governance and administration tool. Okay, so initially it has been developed as an identity and access management tool, but recent days with a more conceptual development of this IAM domain, so it has become an identity governance and administration tool. So basically, it's a tool. Okay, like we have any other tools, like we have ServiceNow, we have Zira, kind of. So SailPoint IIQ is also a tool that is used in some use case scenarios. So we will also look into this. So this is an identity and access management tool by a company called SailPoint, which is used to solve the enterprise IAM problems. Okay, you take any tool in the market. So if there is any tool, there will be a purpose for that. So that tool is there basically to solve some kind of problems. Okay. So if you take your internet banking application, so it is not just simply like created to do some kind of thing, but it is there to solve a particular problem, to speed up something. Okay, instead of like visiting the bank and getting your banking related operations done by physically visiting the bank, so we can do it at our fingertips through our mobile phone. Okay, so it solved the problem of like long queues. Okay, like physical visiting the bank every time. Okay, so this kind of problems it has avoided and it made the process easy for the banking customers. So similarly, the SailPoint IAQ is also created in order to solve some enterprise IAM problems. Okay, so first of all, IAM means identity and access management. And this identity and access management related thing, it is not for everyone, it is for enterprise. It means, okay, so SailPoint IAQ deals with the access management or access governance within the organization. Okay, for example, if you take a bank has employees. Okay, so employees means like when we visit a bank, we will have the people like who are helping out, right? So they are the employees of the bank who will be helping out with our banking related operations. So they have their own applications and they have their own access. For example, if you go to a telecaller or cashier, he can have access to all their accounts, all the customers' accounts. He can view the balance. He can do some operations like that. But as an end user, we also have access to their applications, like our internet banking application. But our access is different. We can only handle our account. We cannot see other account details. Okay. So here, the SailPoint IAQ, it only manages enterprise access. It means it manages access of the employees. It is not managing the access of the customers. Okay, so that's why I am especially telling that it is there to solve the enterprise IAM problems. It means the SailPoint IAQ tool is used to manage the access of employees of the organization. So if you are implementing this tool for TCS, then we will get to know the access related information of all the employees working for TCS. And if you are implementing it for any other organization, so then we will only manage the access of employees of those organization, or I can say the people who are working for that organization. Okay, so this is what we can say whenever someone asks us about this SailPoint IAQ tool. So it's an identity and access management tool, or otherwise you can say it is an identity governance and administration tool, which is used to solve some enterprise IAM problems. Okay, so we will break this definition further more and we will get to know about each and every term that we have like put here. Okay, fine. So now that we understood this is an identity and access management tool. Okay, and first of all, it is used to solve IAM problems. IAM in the sense here I am talking about the domain, identity and access management domain. Okay. So now let's try to break this. Like we need to understand the each and every term in this definition so that we will get more clarity about it. Okay. So first of all, what is IAM? We know the expansion. Expansion stands for identity and access management. So what is this IAM? What is this identity and access management? What's your
The
definition?
right people have the right access or not, it will be maintained by the IAM.
Right people have right access. So this is what IAM is. Identity and access management. Okay. Oh, fine. So I will put this definition in a different way. Okay, so whatever you said is exactly right. I'll completely agree with you. But let's have our understanding in a different perspective so that we will be more clear about it. Okay. So when someone says identity and access management, or when someone says IAM, so we have two perspectives. So first of all, IAM is an cybersecurity domain. So cybersecurity is one of the domains within the organizations, right? So within this cybersecurity domain, we have multiple subdomains, right? So we have network security, we have ethical hacking, we have something called VAPT, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. You might have heard about it, pen testing. Okay. And we have something called DLP, data loss prevention. Okay. So these are the different subdomains that are in cybersecurity. Okay. So among these subdomains, this IAM is also an subdomain. Okay. So we through this cybersecurity, what is the major purpose of cybersecurity? To provide security for the organizations or to provide security for digital assets. The digital asset could be your applications, your files, your databases, anything, your servers, anything that is possible. So we need to secure it. So the major goal of the cybersecurity domain is to provide the security. And the security can be provided in various forms and various levels. For example, at network level, if you want to do some security checks and you want to put some security measures, then network security is the concept that comes into picture. And they have their own challenges, they have their own implementation mechanisms. Okay. Similarly, like DLP, data loss prevention. So the major purpose of this data loss prevention is to block the data going from your organizations to outside network. Okay, so the DLP tools, they put the check marks, they will basically scan everything, the data going out, and if there is any unwanted data going out, they will block it. So it's their own mechanism for implementing it. Okay. So similarly, IAM, it has its own way of providing security to the organization. So that is what we are going to see throughout the implementation of our SailPoint IIQ tool. So how this IAM, identity and access management domain, is providing security for the organizations and how come it is fitting into the cybersecurity domain. Okay, so this is what we are going to see. So IAM, identity and access management, from security point of view, it's a subdomain of cybersecurity. And being a subdomain of cybersecurity, this IAM basically works on some core principles for its implementation. Okay. So if you want to implement anything in your IAM, so there are certain principles, or you can say these are the standard rules or guidelines that we need to follow. Okay. So what are the tools that we have? So one common IAM principle that we follow is least privilege. Okay. So what is the meaning of least privilege? So this is what we were telling. So we need to provide right people with right access at right time. So this is also important, at right time. Okay. So what do we mean by right access? You mean to say? So this is where we need to understand this least privilege point even more clearly. So least privilege stands for providing enough access for the users to carry forward his day-to-day work. Okay, so the access should be minimal enough to carry forward his work. It should not be less than what is required, or it should not be more than what is required. Okay, for example, let's take a role of a developer. Okay, so the developer needs certain kind of access. For example, he need access to Git, he need access to any code repository like that. Okay, for example, if you don't provide access to Git, then what happens? He cannot do his work. Being a developer, he cannot push or commit his code. Okay, on the other hand, if you provide more than what is required, so he has access to Git, he only need access to add changes. He do not have access to delete any of the contents. Okay, in that case, if you provide access to delete the contents, there are chances that the person willingly or unwillingly, like he can delete the contents, like which is not a desired outcome. Okay, so if you provide less than what is required, then he cannot carry forward his work. And if you provide more than what is required, then there are chances that some security breach or security incident happens. So that's the reason why we have this concept called least privilege. It means we only provide right amount of access to users, and that to the right people. So if that person is a developer, you need to provide that access only to developer. You cannot provide the developer access to a support guy. And at the same time, if the person is working for the project or if the person has joined the organization, then only you have to provide the access. Before joining the organization, you should not provide access. Or even the person has joined and it's not like we have to immediately provide the access. It is not like we will provide the access after 10 days or 15 days. At the correct time, we have to provide access. So this is the principle that we have in our IAM domain. So that is called least privilege. And this is what exactly we mean by the least privilege. Okay, so this is one of the core principles that we follow when we are implementing this IAM. So IAM is a domain, it's a subdomain in cybersecurity, and the implementation principle of this cybersecurity, I mean, especially this IAM domain is this least privilege. And along with this least privilege, we have something called zero trust. Okay, it means so we should keep watching everyone. So we cannot trust anyone in the organization. So each and everything needs to be checked and validated. So this is one of the principles that we have. For example, the best example for zero trust concept is your approvals. For example, if someone is asking for some access, so being an employee, I can go to any of our like ticketing tools and I can raise a request for myself for some kind of access. Okay, if I raise access for any tool, it's not like the access will be provided immediately, but there will be a checkpoint in between that. So when I raise any request for any application, then the request will go to my manager for approval. It means if I raise a request, it is not directly trusted. It is verified with my manager. Okay, so for better security. So this way, like we have another principle called zero trust, which is an IAM principle that we will be using when we are implementing this IAM domain. And we also have something called data integrity. This is everywhere. So data integrity in the sense protecting the data from unwanted access or unwanted modification. So especially with tools like SailPoint IIQ, we will be handling a lot of data, and especially we'll be handling user data and which contains something called PII, personally identifiable information, which is even more sensitive. Okay, so we will sometimes have first names, last names, date of births, mobile numbers, addresses. This kind of information will be there in our SailPoint IIQ. So it is our responsibility to protect the data. The data should not be modified by any other person, like who are not supposed to do that, or even we should not expose the data to any other person who is not willing to see that. Okay, any security incident may happen if the person sees the data. Okay, so this way we have many such principles which are underlying in our identity and access management domain implementation. So these are just the sample or the intro kind of examples that we have seen. So there are multiple such principles in our IAM domain. Okay, so now we at least understood IAM means like it's a subdomain in cybersecurity. It works on certain core principles, and these are the core principles that the IAM domain follows during its implementation. Okay, and even we will deep dive further and we'll try to understand what do we mean by this identity and what do we mean by this access and what do we mean by this management. So all these things we will deep dive and try to understand it. But in the interest of time, I would like to stop the session here for today, and I'll continue it in next session. And I am open to take any questions. Yes. Or if you have any inputs also, like please let me know if you are looking for some particular topics, or
Yes.
if I'm going too slow, let me know. If I'm doing
Can
going
you
too
hear me?
fast, also let me know. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Are you able to demo like the rules and the workflows, like all those Java bean shell?
Yes, I can give a demo, but actually, if you have knowledge on the bean shell scripting or if you have knowledge on some of the SailPoint IAQ concepts, then that demo would help. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't have those terminal
No,
knowledge, at least,
I do have
okay.
those knowledge. So interestingly, a little about me, I used to work on SailPoint ISC,
Mhm.
right? But my current job is SailPoint IIQ. So I'm kind of lost on the
Okay.
Java bean shell. It's kind of new to me. Just the Java bean shell, the way we create those rules and what they do. I know
Hmm.
you could create one rule and use it for multiple, right? Say for example, you want to um, automate some processes. So you want to let me kind of explain it this way.
Okay,
So
fine. So first of all, Agabe, like I think we started this session around 35 minutes back with our candidate introduction, and after that only we stepped into the SailPoint IIQ concepts. I don't know when we you joined, and at what point you joined. So may I know about yourself?
yeah,
After that, like I can answer these questions.
yes. So I've been doing um, IAM for
Mm-hmm.
close to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Started from IAM specialist, moved to analyst, then moved to
Okay.
engineer, and then now a senior engineer.
Mm-hmm.
But I've worked with different tools like, Active Directory, Azure AD,
Mm-hmm.
SailPoint Identity Security Cloud. I've seen IIQ in the past. Then I was an
Mm-hmm.
IAM analyst, used it for like 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I moved to the SailPoint ISC, which is more user friendly. And now I'm back to
Mm-hmm.
SailPoint IIQ. So the IIQ is quite complicated, I'll be honest. It's not very user friendly compared to the ISC.
Okay.
So I'm trying to where I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn like the developer side of it. How you construct those scripting, right? Those bean shell,
Got it.
those Java
Got
bean
it.
shell.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So as you're already familiar with ISC, so I'd like to give the differences between ISC and IAQ. Okay, so conceptually, in ISC and IAQ, the implementation will be same. So you will have the same process of onboarding applications, identities. You will have like roles, entitlements, certifications. Everything will remain same. But the only difference is, ISC is an cloud tool and IAQ is an like thing that we need to install. So, oh, what is the term we call it? I'm not able to recall it.
So
Okay,
IIQ is on-prem, right? Or it's doing for
on-prem,
hybrid environment.
exactly. Yes, it's an on-prem tool. We have to do the installation and we have to do its maintenance. And in case of ISC, the amount of customizations that you can do, right, it is very limited. And as you might be familiar, you can only write rules from ISC side. I mean, within your application, you can write only certain kind of rules. But if you want to write some kind of rules, like if you want to go with more customization, then you need to write the rules from the tenant side. So which is very difficult. But in case of IAQ, you can do all the customizations at our tool only. So it is within our hand, there is no dependency. And in order to do these customizations, we need Bean Shell script, which is a Java-based scripting language. So Bean Shell script is nothing but Java. Okay, it's 99% Java. Okay. And if you want to become a developer in SailPoint IIQ and having knowledge on ISC, the only showstopper could be your Java knowledge. Okay, tool-wise, there is no much difference. It's most of the things are similar. Conceptually, you will get everything, but you need good knowledge on Java, and we need to know how to use those like SailPoint Java APIs. Okay, so if you are familiar with concepts of OOPS, like what is a class, what is object, and how to create methods, how to call methods, how to use variables, loops, these kind of things in Java, then you will be good and we can have good go on with your SailPoint IAQ tool. But if you want anything, especially about the workflows and the rules, then I can provide. But it's not the correct place, I mean, correct time to discuss about it because the participants that we have, right? So we started from beginning on the rules and workflows concept that you are asking, right? So those are the advanced concepts. That's why like I'm
Those are
not able
what,
to accommodate it here.
yes, that's what I'm looking for. Like those, I mean, I know how to, schedule tasks, run out to read logs to some extent. Um,
Hmm.
I'm looking for more like the developer side of it. That's why I'm That's the gap I have right now.
Got it. So this training also covers the development part. Okay, it completes everything, development, administration, everything. But I'm worried like it's too early. I mean at this stage. So what we can do is, Gabby, we can have word with our training organizer, Srinivas, and we can have an one-on-one like demo setup so that I can give you a clear demo about the topics that you're looking for.
Yeah, and also I want to also prepare for the engineer certification. Um,
Engineer
I
certification in IIQ or ISC?
Yeah, IIQ. So
Okay.
I have a very, very close deadline to get trained and get certified.
See,
They give me 20
so
days. I'm trying
20
to,
days to
yeah,
be honest with you, you are aware there are different levels of certification. So we have beginner levels,
yes.
intermediate, and advanced. Okay, the
Yeah,
IAQ engineer
I did
certification
the
that you are
essential
saying,
already. I did the essentials already. That took about almost 18 hours.
sorry,
I did the
which one you
essential,
have?
the IIQ essential.
Associate, you mean to say?
Not associate,
IAQ
just the
associate.
essential one. They have the
Essential.
essential, and then they have the
Essential.
associate, and then
No,
they
no,
have the
essential,
engineer. Yes.
it's essential. I think it's not certification. It's the like course completion thing that they will provide.
Exactly.
So
Yes, that's what I did.
the basic certification that we have in IAQ is IAQ associate. Okay, so
Hmm.
that's easy. That can be done. But the second one, the intermediate level one is IAQ engineer. And IAQ engineer, you need working experience, okay, to be honest. Because the kind of questions we will get, right? You should be very familiar with the UI. So they will say
Yes.
like, okay, so in this particular tab, in this particular configuration, what option you will get? So they will put these kind of questions like which need a lot of familiarity with the tool. Okay, within 20 days, even I don't suggest, but it's up to you. But you need at least 1 or 2 years of real-time working knowledge on this IAQ tool in order to sit for the IAQ engineers exam. If you badly want to take some certification, you can go with the beginner certification, which is IAQ associate. But at least I'll not recommend IAQ engineer at this point of time. It needs some experience. Even if you go to your SailPoint University or SailPoint Compass, they will clearly mention the prerequisite. That
Yes. I
again
saw
like
that.
makes things clear for you.
It's the
Yeah.
job. The job is asking for that one, and I'm trying to tell
Mhm.
them, but that's what they want.
Okay. Okay, Kabir. So I think I answered your questions. Is there anything
Yes. Yeah.
else?
Just get with the training team and see if you could arrange like a
Mhm.
one-on-one session with me, and then we could figure something out.
Yeah.
Because I'm very interested in brushing up on this and letting the developer side.
Mhm.
Because I already work with SailPoint every day, right? I work
Okay.
within IIQ every day as a senior engineer, but
Mhm.
there's all kind of issues we see every day that I'm like, how did this happen? You know, a lot of logs we have to review, a lot of some things not addition not getting completed, all kind of foreign issues that I've been seeing lately, and
Mhm.
they're just complicated.
Okay. Okay, fine, Kabir. So we'll have a word with seniors and we'll try to have a session set up one of them. Okay.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you. And for others, like, do you have any questions or anything to highlight from the things we discussed today?
I think that's it
I
for
said
me.
no. To be honest with Kalyan, so if you are telling all this stuff, right, we are looking for the
Mhm.
certifications first. Because in net assets, if you are certified, they are taking your resume or showing your employees or maybe in HR table. So just I was looking for the certification. Well, and the second thing I was looking for IDHO, identity note too.
Mohan, as I mentioned, we will provide you the course content and you can go through that. Okay,
Yeah.
so that way you will understand what will be covered, and you can also let us know what exactly you're looking for, and if it is possible, we will accommodate. And second thing, so when you say certification, so there are two things that comes to my mind. One is your professional certification, and second one is the access certifications. So which exact one you are saying, like you need those things
Like
first?
you said that the developer associate, right?
So you are
Yes,
talking about the professional certifications.
right. Yeah. So,
Okay. So
from the
without,
cell compass,
yes,
no,
without
I understand the
knowledge on the
you was
tool
telling.
and working experience, I don't recommend sitting for the examination. Okay, the reason is SailPoint certifications is not like any other certification that we do. It is not like when you sit for the exam, you will get a dump of questions and we will answer it and we will get it done. So SailPoint certification exams don't work that way. So the questions are very much dynamic, and no one knows the exact content, and no one knows the exact kind of questions that we will get. Okay, so there is no question that gets repeated. Okay,
Yeah,
even
I
the
know.
kind of mechanism is like they will give a scenario, and on that scenario you will get five questions consequently. Like how you are answering the first question, based on the first question's response, the second question will be generated. So it's very much dynamic. It's not like we will have a exam questions dump or something. So it needs some real-time knowledge to clear the exam. So that's what I
Yeah,
at least recommend.
no, I understand. So yeah, this is from my point of view. I was looking
Yeah,
for
okay.
upper the
I got your
point.
concern. I got
Yeah,
your concern. So you can go to that course content and you can we can discuss it further.
yeah, sure. Yeah, from my end,
Okay.
I'm good. Thank you for the lecture.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mohan.
Yeah,
I think we are good. So I'll talk to Srinivas. I'll ask him to share the course content and we'll get connected again possible. Okay, guys. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye.